Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of Fiat Grande Punto. The Fiat Grande Punto is not exactly the most reliable car you can buy. As with many other modern cars, electronic breakdowns also occur. It is usually caused by poor grounding contacts, connectors and the like. The interior is not quite as well assembled, so expect some creaking and tapping. And the door has its disadvantages with locking or falling over time in hinges, so you cannot close without using force. Common to small Fiat cars, oil leaks and occasional problems with over-voltage electrical wiring and a whimsical main electronics are a long-standing infamous tradition that doesn't even pass the Fiat Grande Punto. Engine 1.4, 77 HP pulley position sensor failure. In gasoline engines, oil leakage is common with increasing engine age caused by the weakening condition of the gasket. Some drivers also complain about the need to refill frequently. If the consumption exceeds the standard of the 1 liter per 1000 kilometers, it is necessary to check the condition of the seal. It can also lead to engine overheating, which is the opinion of many drivers in Fiat Grande Punto. Multi-jet diesel engines are the ideal solution until the Fiat Grande Punto exceeds 100,000 kilometers. Then you have to prepare for the costs resulting from turbocharger failure and damage to the floating flywheel and problems with the EGR valve or flow meter. Code 1.6 multi-jet, the engine is clogged DPF particulate filter. In multi-jet engines, you should also constantly check the oil level. Especially versions 1.3 has very low oil capacity. Despite common failures typical of modern diesel engines, regardless of manufacturer, the multi-jet diesel is one of the cheapest diesel maintenance engines on the market. Engine 1.9 JTD engine jerks and hesitates when accelerating between 1800 and 2000 RPM. Check the correctness of the EGR valve. Drivers complain about problems with the gearbox selection, often with grease or lever replacement. Like engines, they often have a problem with age, with oil leaks. Floating flywheel problems with diesel engines. One of the biggest, but also the most expensive issues that plagued the Grande Punto was the one with the steering wheel, more specifically its cardan wrist. The firing of the cardan was almost massive, so Fiat reacted by recalling this series of Grande Puntos. The owners are invited to visit an official service center where this problem has been resolved at Fiat costs, only manifested in the first series of Grande Punto. Typical and costly to repair a defect that affects most of the Fiat Grande Punto inherited from its predecessor is the failure of the dual drive system with an additional city driving support system. It happens to damage the sensor on the power steering, after which the power assist is significantly weakened and the vehicle is much harder to drive. This problem can only be solved by replacing the sensor. The foot brake weakens over time. Loud brake noise when braking in the cold is a sign of rusty brake drums, usually helping to clean them, but sometimes they need a replacement. Suspension is another weak point of the Fiat Grande Punto. It produces a lot of noise while driving. However, again, you have to add that the prices of spare parts are really very low. The fastest is the problem of balls, shock absorbers and transverse stabilizers. Its electronics are also not a strong point, so check it properly. It happens that water enters the electrical box, located in the engine compartment, and causes a short circuit, after which the electronics start to cause problems, report non-existent failures, and the like. A problem can also be in the installation of the front airbag sensor located in the front of the engine compartment. The contacts are slightly weaker with it, so if they do, they will report an error in the airbags. Engine startup problem. The instrument panel does not start when starting the engine. Check the battery. Belt and interior light sensor failures. In addition, there are climate failures. Often clogged drainage of water from the air conditioning condenser. The symptom is water under the driver's carpet. It is known that Fiat often has too high installation voltage, which is why the light bulbs overheat. Problem with front wheel fenders, causing sand and mud to enter the engine compartment. Fiat Grande Punto has unaligned rear doors and body parts, faulty seals, especially in the rear window. Water enters the car, cracking of an unaligned plastic windshield sprayers work poorly and easy damage to the paint. Car owners also complain about the malfunction of the seat system settings. December 2007 official recall because some Fiat Grande Punto has incorrect brake hoses fitted. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you're the owner of this car, then share your experience. It will help others to choose a car. Goodbye.